If you're still broke, this might be the reason. And no, it's not what you think. There was a man who stayed broke for years, not because he was lazy, not because he didn't try, and definitely not because he didn't work hard. In fact, he worked harder than most people. Long hours, constant effort, always busy. But no matter what he did, his life didn't change. Same stress, same struggles, same empty bank account. And that's the part that confused him the most. How can I work so hard and still have nothing? Maybe you've asked yourself the same question, because this is where most people get stuck. They believe hard work automatically leads to success, but it doesn't. And one night, he finally realized why. It was late, quiet, no distractions, just him and the truth he had been avoiding. For the first time, he stopped blaming everything else and asked himself one simple question: what if the problem is not the world, but the way I think? That question changed everything. Not his money, not his situation, but his awareness. He started noticing a pattern. Every time he got money, he spent it. Not always on useless things. Sometimes it felt deserved, a reward, a break, a moment of happiness. But the result was always the same. Money came and then disappeared, again and again and again. It was a loop, and he had been living inside it for years. That's when it hit him. He wasn't broke because he didn't earn enough. He was broke because he thought like a consumer. That was the one thing, that one shift, consumer versus creator. Most people earn money just to spend it. But a creator uses money to build something bigger. That realization was uncomfortable because it meant he had to change. Not his job, not his situation, him. So he made a decision. From that day on, he would stop asking, what can I buy? And start asking, what can I build? Simple but powerful. At first, nothing changed. No money, no success, no results, just frustration. Because changing your mindset feels good for a moment, but living it, that's hard. He stopped spending on things that didn't matter. He stopped chasing quick happiness, and for the first time, he delayed gratification. Instead, he invested in himself, not with thousands of dollars, but with time. He started learning skills, ideas, ways to create value. At first, it felt slow, painfully slow. While others were enjoying, he was learning. While others were spending, he was building. And honestly, it felt like he was missing out. But he kept going. Because deep down, he knew this was different. Weeks passed, then months, and then something small happened. He made his first money, not from a job, but from a skill. It wasn't much, but it changed everything. Because now, he had proof. Proof that he could create value. Proof that he didn't have to stay stuck. And once that belief is built, you become unstoppable. He didn't celebrate too much. He doubled down, learned more, improved more, tried more, and yes, failed more. But this time, failure was different. It wasn't painful, it was feedback. Every mistake made him better, every loss made him sharper, and slowly, things started to grow. Small income became consistent income. Consistent income became real money, and real money became freedom. Not overnight, not instantly, but steadily. And that's what most people don't understand. Success is not a moment, it's a process, a slow, sometimes boring process of becoming valuable. Because money follows value, always, and value takes time to build. But once you have it, it pays you again and again and again. The same man who once struggled now had control, not just over money, but over his life. And all of it started with one change. He stopped living like a consumer and started thinking like a creator. Now listen carefully. This is where your story connects with his. Because right now, you might be doing the same things he did. Working hard, earning money, spending it, repeating the cycle, and wondering why nothing changes. But now you know, it's not your income, it's your pattern. So the next time you get money, pause. Don't rush, don't react, think. Ask yourself, is this making me feel better today or making me better for tomorrow? Because that one question will change your life. Start small. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need to wait. You just need to decide, to think differently, to act differently, to build instead of consume. And if you do that consistently, patiently, relentlessly, one day you'll look back and realize everything changed. Not because of luck, not because of opportunity, but because you changed one thing, and that one thing changed everything.